Ooh, infield pass.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
That was excellent play out of Condors.
Now, forward, but he can't get away from it. Slightly takes him down on the backside of the fight. One goes down as well. Foch gets taken down. And look what the Siren just pushed away, still alive. But now here comes the four-man shockwave. But doesn't even matter because towards the field.
Welcome to tonight's Conestoga Condors esports stream, where we have bunch of exciting and fun news to share. For instance, I am casting with Ohek here.
Hey!
My name is Cyro, but that is just par for the course over here. The exciting thing is that we are currently tied for first in our NECC Challengers Division for Rocket League. It is week 9, one game to sort it all out. And with a 4-way tie for first, we are currently sitting in first place. We have the best game differential. We're actually tied for game differential, but we have fewer game losses or match losses within a game. So therefore, we currently have first place.
Yeah.
And first place going into playoffs is
Comfortable.
Exactly.
Nice.
Comfortable.
Yes.
Nice.
Lavish.
You get to go against the 8th place team, I believe, in quarterfinals, which oddly enough could actually just be a rematch of tonight's game, depending on how things play out. So, exciting news is that we're tied for first.
Yay.
This is a great position to be in. Rocket League has performed extremely well over this season. We're incredibly proud of the boys. They will bring it home tonight. I'm absolutely positive. Yeah, absolutely positive that they will do so.
You're positive they're going to win tonight? Yeah?
I
Bring
don't
that positive attitude?
Actually, no, they're going to lose. I don't want to cast a curse.
Yes, exactly. Everything's going to go horribly tonight.
Yes. uOttawa, the team that we're playing, uOttawa Garnet, not GGs. Or are they still the GGs? Because Garnet does start with a G. So are they the
It's just,
GGs?
yeah.
Gs?
U of Ottawa G? GGG?
GGGGG?
GGG.
Either way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will be a good game regardless.
Hopefully.
So, uOttawa, they're currently sitting 8th place right now, 3-5. They are locked in for playoffs because the two teams below them cannot catch up to them no matter what tonight's results are. So, uOttawa locked in at 8th. Conestoga, we're still figuring out where we will finish, but we're tied for first, so the lowest we can possibly finish is 4th, but given our game differential, most likely we'll either end up 2nd or 3rd.
Top 3. Top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah.
So, either way, it's looking good for Conestoga going into playoffs. I know we're just waiting right now for the uOttawa team to show up. They, I think, had exams going or something that caused a delay on their end. You know, we of course understand that being an academic institution, being a student comes first, so we're more than happy to shift things around a little bit.
Education is priority 1.
Yep.
Yeah. So, it's a pretty important match, like you said, but again, every match is important. Every match is important, but this one,
Yes.
a little bit more.
Just
So,
a smidge,
just
right?
a bit. Yeah, just right into
Yeah.
playoffs. You want to get that nice position, especially around there in first, top 3 would be very nice. So, it's going to be exciting tonight. Hopefully, everything will go well. No, I'm not trying to bias here, but of course, hopefully it goes well for the Condors, like I said earlier.
The past couple
yeah.
weeks, the Conestoga Condors, they have absolutely smashed their opponents. Durham, the third game was a bit of a awkward
Interesting.
situation
Yeah,
where a Durham player had quit mid-game,
it was unique.
and because of that, the end score for that match was something like 17-2.
Was that officially the end score in the end? Like, is that
They have to report
they
it.
have to record it? Nice.
So it's either that or it counts as a forfeit, but then I don't know how that plays into goal differential. But regardless, it was a smash. The St. Clair game started off interesting, or the series did anyways, with game 1 being very close. But as that series progressed, the Condors just flew high.
Mm-hmm.
They looked great doing it, and they proved that, you know, the Condor is better than a Griffin, at least when it comes to Rocket League.
It was interesting because you'd think a Griffin would be a little more
Well,
superior considering its size and everything compared to a Condor, but Condors.
It's the academy team, so it's a baby Griffin.
Yes.
If you
okay.
want to give something back to the St. Clair team, it's, you know, they're baby Griffins.
Little baby
They're learning
Griffins,
to be the varsity team. But either way, we're still just waiting here, having a good time. So I believe we got at least 2 out of 3 players in the hub today to, you know, play here. use the facility, and this facility definitely has had an impact on all the players. It definitely helps being a part of the team. We do see that. Oh, no. Okay.
Never mind. Thought we were getting somewhere there, but just
Yeah.
a little more waiting doesn't hurt.
Yeah, we're looking at the lobby screen. So whenever a player joins a team, we know we're just about to get in there, but somebody had jumped the gun. So our hopes were raised for naught. I guess they're just setting expectations.
Maybe they're setting. Yeah, we'll see. Oh,
But regardless, we should be okay. So with Ottawa sitting at 8th, I'm expecting, or at least hoping and predicting, that the game will be a 3-0 favorite in terms of Conestoga. Whether that's the case is up for grabs, because uOttawa used to be a very formidable team. They were, I would probably say, top 5 in Ontario, give or take.
Okay.
Because Ontario has had some ridiculous Rocket League teams. But those players have either graduated or retired, so this new roster for uOttawa that's been playing this season,
it's a little fresh, a little
bit green under
still
the
getting
gills.
into it. Yeah.
Green gills, there we go, GG's.
Yeah, GG.
We cracked the code. But either way, it should be an interesting match regardless. You can either scope out who your first round opponent is going to be, because I don't think Ottawa, regardless of tonight's results, can actually overtake Durham, who's right above them in the standings.
Can't really move anywhere.
Durham, I think, is 4 and 5.
4 and 5?
Nope.
But they were.
No, I've walked myself in circles now. Because they were odd. They only had 7 games reported, while every other team had
I think
8.
they still have a game they're supposed to play. I think they're missing a game.
Well, every other team. But, production is coming in clutch here, and they're 3 and 4. I knew there was a 4 in there somewhere.
Okay.
So they have a unreported game, which is interesting enough, as every other team has 8 games reported at a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So, Durham 3 and 4, they already have a game differential of 4 games over Ottawa. So, Durham, I think, is pretty safe. They're in 7th right now, so
I think, U of Ottawa is just going to kind of stay where they are, but of course they would love to fight for the little bit better stats, a little bit better game differential and such, so it's still worth it for this winning this game for them.
Yep.
There's still something in for them, of course.
And
every game has that, but...
So, as we finish up our talk about the rankings, we do see that players have joined lobby. The start down... No, I butchered that. I am so sorry.
The kickoff,
it's been
drive
a long
off.
week. Exams, pressure, all of that.
Busy times.
Not as much pressure as what these players are currently facing inside the game. They have the exams on top of that, but all that usually fades away when you start playing your favorite game. And Rocket League is definitely the favorite game for these players, as they have put way too many hours in for it. Now, Chunk had a good interception there on the wall. He's got a good dribble, and he beats the Ottawa defender to open up the scoring within 23 seconds of the game starting.
Right off the bat, he just gets it in there, has good control over it, and is just able to angle it right over Coat, I believe, and just gets it in there, giving the Condors a nice...
I would say Coat with the
Coat?
Yeah.
Coat.
Because you got coat check there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good, nice, comfortable start for the Condors. Hopefully they'll take that lead and build off of it. Here it seems that more offensive coming in from the U of Ottawa, trying to get something in there, but Coat, once again, he gets a bad bounce off of him, sends it over the corner, launching it right back over.
Wait, maybe the K is silent. It's just out.
Out? Oh. Why would the K be there then?
I have no idea. Why is the K in front of Knight?
You got a good point.
Or Knack?
You got a good point.
But either way,
yeah.
name speculations aside, Conestoga is still doing a great job. They've had the offensive pressure possession for the large majority of this game already. We have seen Ottawa at least get it into the Condors zone, but they haven't been able to do too much with it, if anything. Now Chunk has an open net. The demo there coming from, or Mike got demoed, but that slowed down Jobot there. And it almost looked like the Ottawa defenders just couldn't get in front of the ball, but they were awfully close, and that was almost...
Was that an own goal?
I think it was going in regardless, but it does look like Jobot there.
Give it a bit of a boost. Yeah,
you
know. We just wanted to speed up the inevitable with the second goal there, going to the Condors. Them ahead even more. A lot of demos coming out already. It's the third demo we've seen this match. It's quite interesting. Back down here in the Condors end, playing a little bit more aggressive from Ottawa, trying to get something done here, trying to get a goal, get them back in this game. But nonetheless, nothing can be done. Chunk comes in, nice aerial from the top. Tries to get it set up a bit, but just couldn't quite get that angle right. Another demo coming out here. Gravity Mike's trying to get something done there in front of the net, but just couldn't get a good angle in time. Ooh, aerial up, open net. The Chunk.
Oh, he puts it on that near
Gravity
post.
Mike?
But
Oh.
the follow-up isn't there either from Gravity Mike. Still some great offensive pressure there coming from the Condors, because Blaze had an excellent play off that side wall that set up those two missed opportunities. But they're doing a fantastic job of keeping the offensive pressure there. It forces Ottawa to sit a little bit further back in their zone and clump around the net, which means that they're now going to get starved out of that with Conestoga starting to rotate. But as I say that, they break out of their zone and they just kind of send it wide. But Joe Bot here, he puts it up. It will be high. Hit off the backboard there. Now, Tan-Wan, he's going to lose that challenge hard.
Wow.
As Blaze scores off of that. And just like that, Conestoga is up 3-0 halfway through this game.
Oh, he just couldn't get in there, couldn't get a nice, any type of contact on the ball to prevent Blaze from getting in there. And yeah, like you just said, it's another one for the Condors, up 3-0 now. And I believe there's something we haven't acknowledged yet, is the face cams we are featuring tonight. Side of the screen, yeah.
And nobody needs to know about the face cams.
Oh, we're going to leave those a mystery, yeah?
I mean, one of the players was feeling shy, another was playing from home, so we decided to have fun with it. Ask them what their quasi-favorite Pokemon is. You know, Blaziken. And to be fair, I forced Blaze to have that Pokemon just so I could make some sort of Blaze fun. Well, because you brought it up before I could naturally do it, okay?
Well, then what if you brought it up and said it and nobody like real? What if some people don't know what that Pokemon is called?
My initial reaction was like, well, then they're uneducated swine.
Oh.
But
well, to be frank with you, I'm not a big Pokemon person
I know,
myself.
I know. It's not even one of the newer generations. That's what, Gen 3, I think, for Blaziken.
Okay.
I think Celebi was whatnot. 3? 3? I said Gen 4, and you're giving me the thumbs up. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I got production breathing down my neck over Pokemon Generations. That's not even the game that we're playing here tonight.
Yeah, we got a little bit of...
I mean, there is
Pokemon
tossing
there,
balls
yeah.
around and trying to get them at the right target.
It is close, but, you know, we're missing a bit of the creature aspect. And as we're mid talking about something else rambling, Blaze gets another beautiful goal in there.
Yeah, he used Fireball and scored.
Oh, well, there you go. And you connect Pokemon in. Yeah, Tan-Wan just couldn't get enough boost up in time, couldn't get enough vertical action. Just Condors slid in a 4th goal there.
Yeah.
It's
I'm going to say that this game is, or at least game 1 of this series, is looking pretty solidified for Condors. A 4-goal deficit at this point from uOttawa is probably too much to mount because uOttawa hasn't really had any traction. A shot like that goes wide as well, and you can't be missing those type of opportunities. Where if that shot was on target, then I would say, hey, maybe game 1's not in the books for them. But game 2, game 3, they could probably get some magic going. But Blaze is just going to watch this one go in, and Gravity Mike with the long shot there.
but right from the net, yep, right up, beat Coat at his at the sort of collision they had going there. Managed to launch it right across, get it in that open net, and yeah, 5-0, 34 seconds left. I believe the Condors have this one pretty much settled for them. So we'll just see how this goes. Of course, there's always a little chance, but
right now, uOttawa is playing for momentum, I would say. If they want to win the series, they start with momentum here in game one. Sure, game one's over, but you get a bit of momentum, you make sure your mental's solid, and then you look towards game two. You felt out the opponent for game one, now you make your adjustments for game two. And when you're going against a stronger team, there's always that little bit of doubt of, can we do this? Can we actually take a game off of a team this strong? And so right now it's a bit of a cluster in front of the net, but ultimately the ball touches the pitch, and so Conestoga wins game one here with a score of 5-0. So impressive scoreline right off the bat, and Condors with, that's what, 10 shots to their name, to the 3 coming out from uOttawa that we can see with well, 5 saves coming out from Condor. So I would say that Ottawa had at least 5 shots as well. But they're just not having any threatening shots, I would say, if Conestoga is able to pick up that many save credits.
There's not a lot of real team play coming out here, I want to say. There's the from U of Ottawa, they were shooting it a lot at net. They were trying to get stuff in there, but they didn't have any players to follow up, and they didn't have any real good cycles going through there. There's a lot of open nets. There's a lot of just really close calls between them trying to get those goals away from the Condors. So they will definitely have to work on that a little bit more in this next game, try and get a little more maybe communication, a bit more teamwork coming from them, but we'll see how that goes, of course.
Communication is always important, both being able to communicate in-game and out-of-game. If you can do it well, it always helps your team out. But if you struggle to communicate at all, it will definitely come through. And we're looking like we're about to hop into Game 2 right now. Players are in lobby. That minute intermission really does go by quick, and that's
right
one thing about Rocket League. It's a high-paced, high-octane game. So you've got to be on the ball all the time here, and there's not much time to, great setup there by the Chunk, but Blaze finishing it off there. I don't want to say he used body slam to get that one in.
Okay, he's bringing those Pokemon puns out even more. Slam those in there. I love to join you, but like I said, I'm not a very big Pokemon connoisseur myself, but
I only know Generation 1. Everything else is falling to me.
Yeah, it's more than me. I know Generation none when it comes to Pokemon, so it's
okay. You're young. The original Pokemon was before your time.
Hey, I got a folder of Magikarp, all right? I got a little something when it comes to it, but
yeah, that's just fishing now. Just like Chunk scoring in goal that easy.
Well, Condors up already 2-0, only 20 seconds in. That's a goal every 10 seconds they've already gotten. It's looking a little rough now for U of Ottawa. They really need to get something going here before Condors get even more of a lead. Pushed in, and Blaze get a nice demo there on Tanwan.
He used tackle.
Tackle. He took him out. Tanwan is fainted. There you go. It's
back to the Medi Center.
Yeah.
Or Focus Center, whatever it is now. Either way, it seems like U Ottawa, they're still stuck in their end of the pinch right now. Their backboard defense is the greatest, but Tanwan has a bit of a break here. He does beat out the Condors there on that breakaway opportunity. So U Ottawa, they can still capitalize on some of the mistakes, and that was just Gravity Mike probably rotating a little too soon, didn't get the read, and Blaze, he went for the ball but got the player, and so the ball still went in at the end there. But either way, Ottawa, they still got a little bit of fight left to them. They haven't quite fainted as a team, but it's still looking rough. We're only 1 minute into the game here.
We are only 1 minute. A lot has happened in that 1 minute.
Yeah, it's felt like quite a while, actually.
It's been a busy match so far. So, but you always love to see that, always love to see something going on. It's get the blame.
Don't touch there. Tanwan over to Blaze. Blaze puts it high off the wall. It's centered, but Coat picks that one up over Tanwan. Tanwan, a decent shooting range there, but he's going to put that wide on the far post. Defensive touch anyways coming from Condors just to ensure it went into a zone of safety. But Coat missing like that. Cool, he got bailed out by his teammates there for sure. But Conestoga not finding the goal there on a great opportunity. Chunk trying to find a bit of a team pinch there, a little bit awkward, but he's able to keep possession, keep that ball in the U Ottawa end, which means that the Garnet, they can't move out yet. And that also allowed Conestoga to rotate back to get their boost, to refuel for the next onslaught. And right now, Chunk, well, he's whiffing the ball, but he's still buying time, running down the clock.
So, U of Ottawa's down in Condor's end, see if they can make use of this. A little offensive action coming out here. Oh, Jobot tries to get something in there, just a little too far off to the left, a little too wide. Now, Condors are trying to get it out, trying to get some space made here, something to work with, but it doesn't seem to be going well as U of Ottawa's keeping them clamped down in this side. Gravity Mike launches it out, trying to send it somewhere, get in front of the net, but no, Tanwan just makes sure nothing happens with that setup there. Blaze goes in again, trying to get something going there.
Blaze did find the second touch there, the Chunk with the extra aerial touch, but it just wasn't quite enough. Now Ottawa advanced the ball, Coates up there in the corner, Blaze reads that correctly as well. Put a stop to any of that attempt, but Blaze, he gets tackled there and is briefly sent back But now Coach fly, touches that ball, tries to advance it, doesn't get very far. This is a bit of a dead fish there in midfield. But Blaze gets it up, can't get it towards the net though. But still, possession matters, and Gravity Mike, he hits the near post on that one. And Chunk was waiting for the cherry pick goal as well, but the uOttawa defenseman was playing it close to the chest when he was able to guard Chunk fairly well there. Bit of a double commit there out of the Condors. So it's a, I would say, a harmless opportunity there, but still an opportunity nevertheless. Now Tanwan and uOttawa are trying to make something funky happen here. And I'm going to say, Conestoga, if they don't make mistakes, the series would
Something
be
went a little bit wrong there. A little bit of improper ball positioning from Blaze. I don't think he expected that to come out, but
Blaze is a man of focus, a man of sheer determination.
Yes.
And when you are that type of man, you only go forwards. That scenario, he was going backwards.
He was going backwards. That's not his
That's
forte. That's not what he's good at. And, you know, as you just saw, he suffered a bit from it, but it's okay. The game's tied up now, 2-2.
Great look out of the uOttawa there. But luckily, the post came in clutch there for Conestoga. Now it's a quick tic-tac-toe here for the Condors, but they can't quite link it up as effectively as they want to. And now Blaze Coat with a dead easy challenge there. Gravity Mike picks this one up, but he gets beat by JoeBot. And now uOttawa have an opportunity, but it's a good rotation out of Chunk, making sure he rotates to that back post first. So that way he had time and space to make that challenge. Gravity Mike, Blaze, it's stopped by JoeBot, and JoeBot seems to be advanced on the lot right now because he's giving the Condors a run for their money right now. And this is what I mean about playing for momentum, playing for that mental state. And it seems like uOttawa, they're doing just that off the back of JoeBot right now. And now Conestoga, their early arrogance, I'd say, has now been checked, and they got to secure it up. And they're throwing these balls at the net, but they're not finding anything now that uOttawa have found their groove in a defensive-oriented game.
They're getting their tempo, their momentum set up. They're playing off each other well. Really just cycling through, getting these positions set up really nicely. A lot of good defensive plays coming out here now compared to last game. A lot more just power around the net they're putting out there. So it seems that
Last second goal.
See, 10-1's right there, right where he's supposed to be. So they're getting into it. They're getting their groove on. And now we're going into overtime here.
First overtime in the series as well. And so JoeBot had to make that challenge early. Otherwise, I think it was Blaze there, poised to make the strike there. He had charged up his attack, but luckily he was disabled before it happened. And now it's uOttawa with a scoring opportunity, but they whiff the ball there. Blaze with a good challenge on Tanwan, who's trying to backwheel for it. Reverse, backwheel flip, something either way. But now that's going to be Ottawa scoring a goal with a demo on the Chunk.
That's it. That's the game 2 going to Ottawa then. Right in overtime, just 30 seconds in. Yeah.
Chunk just straight up missed it. He got demoed after the shot.
Yeah, demoed after it. So yeah, demo or not, that was that's win going to U of Ottawa, tying up the series now 1-1. Interesting. So yeah, like you were saying, they all they had to do off that first game just get their get their mind into it, get their mental going, get some good teamwork down, and they definitely showed that in that game there. There was a lot of good passes going back and forth, a lot of good bounces off of each other. A lot of good defensive plays. They're really getting there in time, getting in a good position to stop the Condors from getting those goals, keeping that lead they had right off the start. So U of Ottawa really showed what they have to put out there to get that win.
And unfortunately, because they drop a game here as well, this could affect the standings in itself too.
Yes.
Because Conestoga could still win. But if the team below them, Windsor Lancer, don't drop a game in their series and go 3-0, that means suddenly Windsor Lancer's first, Conestoga's second.
Mm-hmm.
So being first was in Condor's hands. Now it's not. Now it's up to Windsor Lancers to lose at least one game, if not their series. But it is what it is right now. So Conestoga, they still have the rest of the series to play out. It's tied 1-1. It is a best of 5. So it's the first to 3 that win it all. Or at least the last series of the season.
Less, the deciding factor going right into playoffs, put your placement down, get a nice comfy spot wherever you may be. Of course, it's Condors fight for that top 3 placement wherever they'll be placed. Like you said, that first game there, or the second game in the series will just already directly affect Jobot there right off the backboard. Is able to get it off the ground, get a nice bounce, and just slam that ball into the net. Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. There's
I'm making the hand gestures, but the words I'm trying to formulate is that it felt less formulated, less of a intentional play than a lucky series of events. Because when Blaze cleared it, it was a poor touch, went right on the Coat's hood there. Coat put it above the backboard, or on the backboard, and then bounced it out for Jobot, where that was just a fortunate series of events for Ottawa. But Ottawa, the story of this series so far has been how they've capitalized on the Condors' mistakes. Ottawa, by far, I would say, is not the better team. We see how punishing Condors is with how many scoring opportunities they have, with the shots on net, with time on ball, with possession, passing, proximity boosts.
Yes.
But
They make
Condors still make mistakes.
a few little mistakes here and there. Like last game, Blaze just kind of backed it off, bounced it right out in front of net there with the accidental reverse, and then I believe it was Chunk at that final goal. Just couldn't get there in time. Just didn't get that lock on net, right angle, right? And of course, yeah, uOttawa was just profiting off these tiny little whiffs.
And small victories lead to big victories. So right there, Mike, that could have been like a scoring opportunity if he was just a little bit quicker there, if the ball was a little bit more accurate with the pass. But either way, Conestoga is still going for it. And I have to say, if uOttawa was Pokemon right now, the only move they would know is counter.
Yeah, they are performing a lot of counters right now, keeping the Condors away from any opportunities coming down here in their end. It's quite a difference from that first game, as Condors were playing a lot of offensive down in the uOttawa's end, but now I feel like it's barely even over there. Condors are playing a lot more defense now, just trying to keep any goals from happening, just trying to keep them out of their end, get some space, some breathing room set up here, but it's looking pretty rough for them. uOttawa's keeping it ill.
Yeah. And this is the power of momentum. Conestoga doesn't have momentum right now. I'm going to say that second game honestly knocked them out of their group.
Yes.
Game 1, they were firing on all cylinders. Game 2, they may have stepped off the pedal a little bit.
A little shaken
tried
up
to do
now,
more
yeah.
time management, if anything, keep the clock running instead of pulling out the series. Maybe they're just hungry and looking for food after the fact.
We did see talk of McDonald's in the chat earlier, so that might be a bit of a debuff placed on them.
It's a handicap.
Yeah.
But either way, all jokes aside, Conestoga can still very much win this series. But now the question is, can they do it cleanly enough to make sure Ottawa doesn't have that opportunity? Blaze with a good look at a flip reset there, but he puts a little bit wide on the near post. Chunk comes in as well. That should be an open net for Gravity Mike, but Jobot gets a little bit of extra boost there to make it to that defensive touch. And now Conestoga not rotating back deeply enough. So 10-1 is able to get the challenge on the backboard with Blaze. Blaze carries it out, gets the missed touch there, and right away, uOttawa is there to pounce on. So it definitely feels that it's going to be up to Conestoga to lose this series by making mistakes.
Yeah, it's just they're a little out of it right now. They just need to find their play style, find the right way to get this game back on track. It's after that last one, they're just, like you said, shaken up. They need to get a bit more teamwork in here, a bit more communication, just decide what they're going to do, what plays they're going to try and pull off here against uOttawa. As uOttawa's just, they're getting themselves together. They've gotten their mojo on, and you know, they're playing pretty good right now. And Condors, they should be able to get this, just at least any goal going here, any action coming, but I don't know, it's...
Chunk puts it high.
Oh,
Backward
too
Gravity
high.
Mike there's for the follow-up. And with a minute 5 left on the clock, Condors, they tie it up. So Conestoga, they don't want to go to another overtime here. And with us being just a minute out, that sets us up for the golden goal. And usually the golden goal is basically the goal that wins the game. It's really hard. I don't want to say really hard to get, but
it's important.
It's important, but it's one of those things where it's when you only have time to score one goal. With a minute left on the clock, there's not a lot of time to work with. So scoring any goal can be absolutely critical, even if it happens at 59 seconds or 5 seconds. getting the golden goal usually dictates the game. But you still have to get that goal for the Condors. Same with Ottawa. With 30 seconds now left on the clock, it's going to be tough. Chunk over to Mike, and Mike dunks that.
There it is. That's the teamwork we were looking for. The just great plays in front of the net. The beautiful setup from the Chunk, and Mike just managed to slip that right past whatever.
It also helps that the uOttawa player zoomed across the screen.
Yeah, he was going
touching
quite fast. So now Condors, they just need to play it nice and safe here with 30 seconds left. They might be able to get another goal in, you know. Might try to get an even better lead.
You know, drive the point home. But Grouty Mike with some forecheck there keeps the ball in Ottawa's zone so they can't walk it out, so they can't get those shots. And Joe Bott, he was able to advance a little bit. Coat now, and that's a dangerous ball, but Chunk comes out on top with it. 6 seconds left on the clock, but Joe Bott used tackle, and Chunk is sent to the Poca center. Blaze didn't quite link up there. Joe Bott over 10 Juan. The ball's still alive here. uOttawa, they have a flicker, but it is killed there at the end. So it is Conestoga Condors officially 2-1 in this series. But we still have one more game to play at a minimum because it is a best of 5. So first to 3. And Conestoga still outshooting their opponent. But uOttawa, they're still taking goals off of Condors.
They're getting it together.
They're making the Condors work more than they anticipated. And if the Condors slip up anymore, then we've seen the effects of that they can lose a game, that they will drop goals. So in this pivotal 4th game here of the series, I'm going to say that Conestoga, they got to play it clean. They don't need to go fancy. They just need to play it clean.
Yeah, like you just said, you said everything I was thinking about. Honestly, that was you stole the thoughts right from my mind. But yeah, the U of Ottawa has really shaped up since that first game. It's quite the opponent now going on, and that after these last 2 games, as you saw, it's becoming more difficult for the Condors. Although Condors are sitting in first in the standings, of course, it shows how it all comes down to skill and the plays you make in the match, right? First place and 8th place, and it's this close going on right now. It's turning out to be quite the match, and of course, it's speculated it's going to be because playoff importance coming out of this one.
All right, so we're getting ready for the 4th game. Players are in the lobby. The countdown has started, and away we go. So it's a bit of a 50-50 kickoff already there, but Blaze picks that one up, puts it high, has the flip reset. It's on target, but it's cleared by 10-1. And so Conestoga already firing right out of the gate with an opportunity from Blaze. And this is exactly where Conestoga needs to play. Up front, aggressive, with plenty of opportunities. Blaze was creeping up, looking for that cherry pick goal if Chunk couldn't get it. But luckily, he rotated back, so Robot couldn't transform that opportunity into anything more. And that was looking good. Ooh. But Blaze knows how to finish it there. Ooh.
Yeah, right off the backboard. The Chunk set him up in that. Blaze followed up perfectly, got it right down. Even though Jobot managed to collide with it, it just wasn't enough to get it out of the U of Ottawa net.
So Blaze used Explosion.
Is that even a move they can use?
Yes, it's a move. It's a fire type move.
Okay. You could be gaslighting me right now, and I wouldn't even know.
I don't remember either, but I think it's a move. It sounds like a move.
Explosion? Yeah, probably.
Well, there's self-destruct as a move for, what is it, like Voltorb or Electrode? So, I'm assuming that Explosion is possible. But either way, Blaze puts this one up next. He's looking for the double touch, almost has it, but hits that crossbar, and it was a great look there from Blaze. And now Gravity Mike with the next shot, and that's also in that upper 90 range, but Jobot makes the save there. And you can tell that uOttawa, they're having to work for these saves now. And it's great that they can make the save itself, but every time you got to work for a save, it pushes you a little bit further out of position. And just like that, the Chunk finds the next goal off of a poor defensive first touch by Jobot.
Yeah, the Condors, they're really shaping up now. They're getting these good top-down goals coming in. A lot of backboard gameplay.
How can you yawn with action this intense?
I'm sorry. It was. I honestly held that in for quite a bit. It was another early morning for me again, just trying to get some of these final assignments coming out done. It's not only a stressful and tough time for our varsity players, but actual student part of us as well is also important right now. So, you know.
Yes. We are work-study students after all, and so we work, we study, we work some more, and try and make it all work. But still, we have fun when we can, how we can.
Well,
And
it's all about
hopefully
having fun,
by
video
not
games.
watching Conestoga lose any more games. So, Conestoga back on the offense now. Chunk, he puts that one off that crossbar again, and it seems like uOttawa may have elicited the hope of the post.
The post. Do we have a most valuable post set up yet here?
The crossbar is making
Crossbar,
a
you think, would be?
very, very good case for itself right now.
Yes.
You know,
Very prominent.
You can say it's a good post for itself.
It's a good post. He's really posting himself up to be a.
He knows how to play his post.
Oh.
But uOttawa here, they got
Oh.
the chance, and they know how to finish it there. I believe that was Tanwan playing his own ball off the backboard, and that goes right down for JoBot, who puts it in that lower corner. And that's a tough one to defend because it's such a quick shot. It's a very
Really,
tight
really
angle.
hard to read that one, get where it's going. Blaze tried to do what he could, but he just couldn't get there in time. Chunk trying to get something set up here, just not enough speed or boost to get the velocity of the ball right.
I think he was trying to fake out JoBot there, but JoBot had the momentum to work with, and a great attempt at a coat there. But now JoBot with the save, and Gravity Mike was looking for something there as well. But the Chunk puts that one, what looked to be on net, but was probably going a little bit wide there as well. Still forcing the defender to make the play there. Blaze carries this one through, looking for the pitch, doesn't quite get it. JoBot making sure Chunk can't link up with his team to clear that ball. Blaze but boost can't do much. But Chunk advances it, doesn't get the double touch off the defender. Gravity Mike, backboard, in front. And Coat, well, he clears it. He keeps it safe. He keeps it warm and fuzzy. And Hanwon advances it.
Back down the Condors end here. uOttawa is trying to get something done, trying to get that next goal to tie it up as they're behind right now with only a minute 30 left in this match. It's getting close to the end. And
Ooh,
this
it's a waterfall shot. Can they clean it? No, they can't clean it up. But that was a great opportunity there and a fortunate bounce. And now that ball goes towards that far post, but Tanwan makes the save there as well. And once more, uOttawa on their back wheels, trying to play defense. And the Condors are just all over them, smothering them. They have taken flight. Gravity Mike trying to make a play there. Blaze with the ball
Blaze.
through.
Ooh, the
But
crossbar.
the crossbar
Oh!
saves both. But finally, the Condors put the ball into the net there. Gravity Mike making the third attempt at it there as Tanwan
Tanwan
couldn't
just
get the touch there to send it clear.
No boost, no hope to get that ball away. Tanwan tried his hardest to defend that net, but just had nothing to work with in terms of fuel, giving the Condors another point, 2-point lead, 50 seconds left. uOttawa really have to pull through here if they want to catch up and get this into overtime, or possibly take this match, but we'll see. They have to get themselves together, get it into the Condors and more, as the Condors have really been keeping the ball down in the Garnet section.
They got 30 seconds if uOttawa wants to stay in this series, because it is that time where the clock is ticking down, the pressure is mounting, and uOttawa, they may be named the GGs, and Garnet too.
And Garnet.
But either way, they got to do a lot more than just say good game if they want to keep this series alive. And they get a trickle goal there in off Tanwan on that side wall there. And the Condors was just a little bit slow in the rotation, but 18 seconds left on the clock now adds a bit more spice to this series as well. If uOttawa can get a goal here, they tied up, they force an overtime, but Gravity Mike is looking to put an end to that dream. There's time left for one more attack. Tanwan has him on the wall. Doesn't have boost, so he puts it down to Blaze. Blaze puts it to JoBot, though. JoBot tries to ram that one in. The clock is at 1 second. The game is over if it hits the pitch for the Condors. And the ball's kept alive.
It's still up.
It's still alive by Coat. Coat is carrying it to the far wall, but it touches just before it hits the wall. And so that means Conestoga Condors, they win this series 3-1.
Wow. What an excellent ending there. That was really close. Really, really stressful. And I'm not even the one playing the game. It was, I mean, shaking here, just getting ready, wanting to see what the result was going to be. And there it was. Conestoga Condors taking this series.
Yep.
There, yeah.
And so, with the series won, we're going to do something a little special tonight. So we're going to throw it to a quick break, and when we come back, we will have an interview with one of the Condors players to talk about how the game went and some postseason expectations. So we will be right back in hopefully under a minute or two.
Yeah. See you then.
So I am joined here with Chunk, one of our players. How do you feel about tonight's win?
Well, we'll be honest. The first game, we were kind of having a little bit of fun, and
I could hear you laughing from my seat.
yeah. So, but then we had to catch back on our feet second and third game, but felt pretty good overall.
It looked pretty good on the screen as well. Proud of all the players out there. You're headed into playoffs now. It's a big deal. How do you feel going into playoffs? Do you feel confident?
I think if we keep our mindset in the right spot and we keep our positive mindset, then we can do pretty well.
You think so?
Yeah.
No.
And with our first place seed right now, and going into the playoffs, I think we have a good position.
Now, first place holds a lot of pressure. That's for sure. Is there any teams you're specifically looking out for, though? Is there anybody that scares you the most, maybe?
The best team I would probably be looking out for would be SMU Huskies. They were a good team, but we did play very well against them during our league day. And another team would be probably Lancers.
If there's one thing, just one thing I'll get from you that you think you need to work on a little bit before facing the Huskies or the Lancers, what would it be?
I think most of it for me would be keeping that awareness up, keeping my mindset in the right spot. And as a team, I think having confidence is going to be a huge thing for each one of us.
Yeah, confidence, all mental things, you think?
I think a lot of it is mental. A lot of our mechanics are, I would say, pretty good. And when we can use our mechanics and we have our right mindset, then I think we can perform really well.
Well, hopefully the end of the coming exam week will help with your mental a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't shake you too hard.
Yeah.
And we're looking good for next Friday going right into playoffs, right?
Yeah, I mean, with the end of exams coming up next week, it's going to be a nice relief. I do have an exam on Saturday, though, so that's...
Well, I wish you the best of luck. That is going to be it for us tonight, though. Thank you all for joining us. It was a great stream. Good game to you and the boys.
Thank you.
Good luck on Friday. But join us back on Monday for some Valorant action.